Hello students, welcome to CR Digital classes. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. So by watching these CR Digital videos, you can get the complete command on your subject's topics. So presently the topic going on is single entry system, which is in Unit 4 of Financial Accounting 2. From this unit, every year you will get one 4 marks question and one 12 marks question. The 4 marks question may be theory or maybe problem, but 12 marks question compulsorily you will get the problem. Very rarely it may ask one theory, but problem will be compulsory, A or B. 12 marks. So already we have seen so many problems. Two methods are there for computing the profit. First method is statement of affairs method. Second method is conversion method. In conversion method, we convert the incomplete records into complete double entry system, and then we can make the trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So particularly in this conversion method, we have to find out the total sales or credit sales and credit purchases. These are the two main things we require in conversion method. So how to find out the credit sales and credit purchases? Total debtors account, total creditors account. Along with that, bills receivable account and bills payable account need to be prepared. So in examination, they will ask you to make the total debtors account, total creditors account, bills receivable account, bills payable account, like that. So presently, in this video, I'm going to explain you one examination asked question. This was asked in June-July 2023 OU examination for 12 marks. So the question goes like this. From the following figures taken from the books of a businessman kept under a single entry system, you are required to find the amount of credit sale and credit purchases. Credit sales you can get by preparing total debtors account. Credit purchases you can get by preparing total creditors account. So here information given 1st January 2015 and 31st December 2015 opening and closing. Then total debtors opening 15,500, closing 61,350. Total creditors opening, closing, bills receivable opening, closing, and bills payable opening, closing. So all the balances are given, opening, closing. Now cash received from customers 32,400, discount allowed 960, cash paid to creditors 21,620, discount received 740, bad debts written off 850, bad debts previously written off now recovered 330, return inward 630, return outward 245, cash sales 15,850. Remember, cash sales will not come in total debtors account. If you are required to calculate total sales, then you need credit sales and cash sales. But presently it is not asking you to calculate total sales. It is asking you only credit sale. So when we are finding out only credit sale, don't consider the cash sales. Then bills receivable dishonored. This is a new point. Once we have received the bills receivable from customers, from debtors, later on the bill was dishonored. Then payments made against bills payable 2,580, cash received against bills receivable 4,200, bills payable dishonored 600. This is the complete information. To find out the credit sales, we go to make the total debtors account and bills receivable account. Now follow. Now we will start to make the total debtors account and bills receivable account. Now you can see on the screen, first total debtors account, then bills receivable account. Why we make? To find out the credit sales, right? Now first of all, the first thing you must take is opening and closing balances which are given in the problem. You can see opening debtors 15,500. Remember, debtor is an asset and all assets will show debit balance. So debit side you should take here to balance brought down. Balance brought down beginning of the year 15,500. 15,500. 15,500. Then opening bills receivable. You can see bills receivable opening 1400. So to balance brought down. How much is the balance bills receivable? 1400. That's all. So opening balances of debtors and opening balance of bills receivable. Closing balance. Lastly, we will take the closing balance. When opening balance we have taken on debit side, closing balance you should take it on the credit side, opposite. So here I am going to write down by balance carried down. How much is the closing balance data? 61,350. 61,350. Right? Same way, closing balance of bills receivable. Bills receivable credit side by balance carried down. Closing balance of bills receivable is 1,500. That's all. We have taken the opening and closing balance of debtors and bills receivable. Now we'll start the transactions. The first is cash received from customers. So entry will be cash account debtor to debtors. Debtors should be credited. So debtors account by cash. How much cash received from debtors? It is 32,400. 32,400 is the cash received from debtors. Next one, discount allowed. We allow the discount to customers for prompt payment. Entry will be discount allowed account debtor to debtors. So debtors should be credited by discount allowed. Discount allowed is 960. So here I am taking 960, right? Then cash paid to creditors. This will not come in debtors. It will go to creditors afterwards. We'll see. Then discount received. That will also go to creditors. Bad debts written off 850. What is the entry for bad debts written off? Bad debts account debtor to debtors. So debtors should be credited by bad debts. By bad debts. How much are the bad debts? 850. Next, bad debts previously written off, now recovered. That means the entry for bad debts recovered is cash account debtor to bad debts recovered account. A new account will be opened called bad debts recovered account, but we are not making that account. We are making only two accounts, debtors account and bills receivable account. So bad debts recovered will be ignored. That will not come under debtors account. That point, this very important point, you have to remember. This will not come in every problem. Sometimes they may ask you, bad debts recovered. It will not come in debtors account. Return inward. Return inward is a sales return. So entry for sales return is sales return account debtor to debtors account. So debtors should be credited by sales return. How much is the return inward? 630. So I have taken here 630, right? Next, return outward. Return outward is a purchase return that will go to creditors account. And then cash sales. Cash sales will never appear in total debtors account. The entry for cash sales is cash account debtor, sales account creditor, sales account credit. So this will not affect the debtors account. So ignore. In examination, you must write a note after completing the answer. Write a note that cash sales will not come in debtors account. Then comes bills receivable dishonored. Bills receivable dishonored. First of all, we receive the bill. When we receive the bill, entry will be bills receivable account debtor to debtors account. When we receive the bill, later on, that bill was dishonored. The entry should be reversed. Debtors account debtor to bills receivable. The debtors account should be debited to bills receivable. In bracket, you write on dishonored. Right? So debtors account is debited. Bills receivable should be credited by debtors. Bills receivable dishonored. How much? How much is the bills receivable dishonored? 750. So we will take here 750. Here also we will take 750. That's all. So bills receivable dishonored we have taken. Payment made against bills payable. Right now we are not making bills payable, we are making bills receivable. Afterwards we'll take. Then cash received against bills receivable. Cash received. So entry will be cash account debtor to bills receivable. So bills receivable should be credited by cash. How much cash received from bills payable? Where is that? Bills payments made against bills payable. Cash received against bills payable 4,200. 4,200. This is the cash received from bills payable. Bills receivable. Bills payable dishonored. Bills payable. Next slide we'll discuss. Presently, we are concerned only with total debtors account and bills receivable account. Before finding out the credit sales, first of all, you must see how much bills are received from debtors. So here in this account, in this bills receivable account, we'll find out the total of the credit side. So you can see here 750 plus 4,200 plus 1,500. It comes to 6,450. 6,450. Here also we'll take 6,450. From 6,450 minus 1,400, you will get 5,050. 5,050. These are the bills receivable received during the year. This is not given in the problem. By preparing this bills receivable account, we come to know that during the year some bills are received. So bills receivable account debtor to debtors account. So bills receivable account debit side to debtors. This is the balancing figure. Right? Then debtors account should be credited by bills receivable. 5050. That's it. This account is closed. Bills receivable account is closed. Finally, we can find out how much are the credit sales from total debtors account. Balancing figure is the credit sales. Take the total on the credit side and subtract the debit items, we'll get the credit sales. That's it. Now come to the credit side. What are the items there? 32,400. 32,400 plus 960. 960 plus 850 plus 630 plus 5050 plus 61,350. It comes to 1,01,240. 101,240. 101,240 minus 15,500 minus 750. It comes to 84,990. 84,990. These are the credit sales. This is the balancing figure. This is not given in the problem. In the problem, it is asking you to calculate credit sales, and we got the credit sales. That's all. So these two accounts we need for credit sales. Now I'm coming to total creditors account and bills payable account to find out how much are the credit purchases. You can see here. Now you can see total creditors account and bills payable account. So first of all, you have to take the opening and closing balances of total creditors account and bills payable account. Total creditors and bills payable both are liabilities, and liabilities will show credit balance. So we'll take it on the credit side by balance brought down. This is the opening balance. So total creditors account opening balance 10,200. Opening balance credit side. So closing balance will take it on the debit side to balance carried down. How much is the closing balance of creditors? 6,835. 6,835. Right? Similarly, we take opening and closing balance of bills payable by balance carried brought down. By balance brought down. How much is the opening balance? 890. Now we need the closing balance, so debit side to balance carried down. Closing balance of bills payable 600. See here, now we have taken opening and closing balances of trade creditors and total creditors and bills payable. Now we see the transactions. Cash received from customers over, discount allowed over, cash paid to creditors. When we pay the cash to creditors, creditors account debtor to cash. So creditors account debit side to cash. This is the cash paid to creditors. How much cash paid to creditors? 21,620. 21,620. Right? Similarly, discount received. Discount received from creditors. So entry will be creditors account debtor to discount received. Remember, discount received is an income. All incomes should be credited. So discount received should be credited. Creditors should be debited. So creditors debit side to discount received. How much is the discount received? You can see here 740. 740 discount is bad debts written off will not come. Bad debts previously written off now recovered will not come. Return inward means sales return. Already we have taken. Return outward is a purchase return. Purchase return. The entry for purchase return is creditors account debtor to purchase return. So creditors account debit side to purchase return. Or we can say return outward or purchase return. Then how much? 245. Next comes cash sales. I already told you cash sales will not come. Bills receivable dishonored. Already we have taken in debtors. Payments made against bills payable. Payment made against bills payable. Entry will be bills payable account debtor to cash. So bills payable account debit side I am writing to cash. This is the cash paid on bills payable. Bills payment made against bills payable 2580. Next, cash received against bills receivable. Already we have done. Then bills payable dishonored. When we accept the bill, entry will be creditors account debtor to bills payable. If the bill is dishonored, bills payable account debtor to creditors. So bills payable account debit side creditors. And creditors account credit side by bills payable. This is dishonored bill. Here also you write on dishonored. How much bill payable is dishonored? 600. So I am writing here 600. Here also I am writing 600. That's it. All the items which are given in the problem we have taken. Now, before finding out the credit purchases, you have to find out what is the balancing figure in bills payable account. So here you can see debit side 2580 plus 600 plus 600, it comes to 3780 3780. Now from 3780 minus 890, it comes to 2890. What is this 2890? These are the bills accepted during the year. These are the bills accepted during the year. The entry is creditors account debtor to bills payable. Creditors account debtor to bills payable. So here write down by creditors account. This is the balancing figure, which is not given in the problem. So during the year 2890, debit side of creditors to bills payable. How much bills payable? 2890. That's all. Now finally we have to find out the credit purchases, the balancing figure in total creditors account. Take the total of the debit column, debit side. So you can see here 21,620 plus 740 plus 245 plus 2890 plus 6835. It comes to 32,330. 32,330. Here also 32,330. From this minus 10,200 minus 600, it comes to 21,530. This is 21,530. What is this 21,530? 21,530. These are the credit purchases. This is the balancing figure. Finally, it is asking you in the problem to find out the credit purchases. These are the credit purchases. Step by step. If you are perfect on journal entries, then easily you can understand, you can post it into the ledger accounts. So have a strong hold on journal entries. What are the journal entries for different transactions? I'm explaining. For every transaction, I'm explaining the journal entry. Make it a note in your notebook so that you can remember for a long period of time. Otherwise, you'll forget the journal entries. Don't simply memorize that these are the items taken on debit side, these are the items taken on the credit side. Temporarily you can remember, but it will be difficult to maintain in your mind for a long period of time. So always have a strong hold on the journal entries. So in this video, I have explained you how to make the total debtors account and total creditors account to find out the credit purchases and credit sales. Similar type of questions will be asked very frequently in the past examination they have asked, and future also they may ask. So you must have a strong knowledge of how to make the total debtors and total creditors account, right? Now, the last previously the question asked, similar type of question asked previously was this was the question. Now see here, January 2021, they have asked for 15 marks. Actually, that was the COVID pattern. At that time, the pattern was changed, but now it is 12 marks. Similar type. Find out the credit purchases and credit sales. Make the accounts. Total creditors account, bills payable. Total debtors account, bills receivable. All the same items are given. You can make the practice to have a good command on this topic. Right? Similar type of problem had been asked also in July 2022. So you can see how frequently it is asking this type of problem. So in this problem also, same thing. You are required to find out the credit sales and credit purchases. This was asked in July 22. So they have asked in 21 as well as 22. So every year, almost every year, they are asking this type of problems. So all the information, exactly same information what just now I have explained, the same information is given, same type of problem, you have to practice yourself. Then only you can be able to get the command. Practice will make man perfect. That is the old saying, and that is true till now. So all the best on behalf of SIA Publications.